Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install WordPress in App Services in Azure. Let's get started. Log on to portal.azure.com and in the global search, then type marketplace. Then in the search box type now choose WordPress App Service, WordPress optimized for App Service. Then you have options free, basic, standard and premium. Then just you click create. Then you can see the what is each plan does. So basically this is basic plan is for hobby and research purposes, free plan, premium. So in this case we'll go with the basic plan, then create a. So while creating, obviously you need a subscription. Then I'm going to create a new resource group. So I'm going to use RG App Service WordPress. Follow our company naming standards. We can choose North Europe, whatever the nearest data center. So MS Service Flexible is not available in this region. Then try Sweden Central. Yep, so it's showing as it is available. Then web app name. Just put some web app name. Then secure unique default to host name. And if you remove this, then it won't add this. Then it's better to use the secure unique default host name. Then hosting plan. So click on change plan. Then see what is the cost of this. So I think previously we went with standard. Probably I'll go with F1. Okay. So I'll go with the pre plan. Then select. So initially we have chosen standard. So say site language, then English, United Kingdom, then your email ID. So this is our WordPress. This is your WordPress username and password. So next add-ins. We're going with the default options. Then default options. Then review and create. Then copy the password into them. Once it is gone, it's gone. So make sure you got your username and password. Then create. So this is a WordPress credentials. So it's going to create some few resources. So one of them is MySQL database. The development is going to take around 5 to 15 minutes. Then I'm pausing this video, then I'll come back. So it took around 15 minutes to create the resource. Then go to resource. So now we can see this is a default domain. Then open a new window. So it may take a while to display the website, the WordPress default website. Maybe it needs to set up this WordPress instance. While this is deployed, meanwhile, we'll go to the, let me duplicate this tab. So if we go to the resource groups, so the one we created, RG App Service, Sweden Center, this is the one. So now we can see it has created the 4 type of resources. One is app service and the app service plan. So if we create an app service, it needs a plan behind the scenes. Um, so without app service plan, you can't create app service. Then it needs one managed identity, then Azure SQL, Azure MySQL database. So this is where your WordPress database tables are stored. So now if we go back to the site, it's still loading. As I said, like it will take 5 to 10 minutes. So sometimes it may take 15 minutes. So there are two things. One is previously the deployment of this app service. Then the second one is once you have deployed and once we try to browse a website, then it takes time to time. So now if you open for example like a database resource, now we will see some options here. Let me unmask it. So this is a database resource. Then by default the administrator login ID is created. So this is your MySQL database admin account. So this is created by system. Then if you want to reset the password of this account, then you need to use option called reset password. Let's wait for the website to load. Once this is done, then we will go through these options. Okay, so now it may take up to 5 minutes. Check again soon, and WordPress is installing now. So the next one is you can see the type of databases. What are the databases that has been created? So this is where all your WordPress configuration is going to store. As you know, like in WordPress also, you have a login ID and password for WordPress admin dashboard. So those users are stored in this database under the table called WP_users table. We will see on the table how do we use the table, etc. So then in case if you want to have some security options, then networking options, if you want to manage it, you might need to add this firewall rule, the current client IP address. We will see once this WordPress is installed. So this is for the database resource group. So if we go to the app service itself, so in app service, then you have this app service plan, then this is a default domain, then you can add your own custom domains. So if we go to the custom domains here, then you should be able to add custom domain. So here this option is grayed out. So that is because of that plan. We are using the free plan. I think in the free plan we will not be able to add the custom domain. So upgrade this plan, then we should be able to add the custom domain. So in case if you have so many users are connecting to your machine, then if you want to scale up, you can easily scale up. So and then scale out. So in case if you want to bring a second instance, then you can use the scale out. You can also set based on the conditions, rules, etc. So now if you can see, this is currently free plan. And if you change to one of the available plan, then you should be able to add some features. Okay. I think that's it. That's it for the app service at the moment. So now, if I go to WordPress, this is still loading. So once this is loaded, then I will start recording back again. Thank you. So after 5-10 minutes, the WordPress has created this sample home page. So if you go back to the resource groups, then this is the one we created. So now you want to create your own home page or edit the home page. So basically, you go to the app service first, then copy the URL or open tab in new link window. So this is exactly the same as the previous one, but here we will add WP admin. So that means that WordPress admin dashboard login. So here at the time of deployment, we use the username is called GAN, then password. I think I copied somewhere in the notepad. Let's say, for example, I don't know the password. So first I will show you this. I got the password and login. So this way, like now you start updating your you start updating your creating the site pages, etc. Now let's say, for example, you forgot this password or you don't know the password, then you want to reset this password of this user. So the first thing is basically, so the first one is we need to connect to the WordPress database. So WordPress has a MySQL admin account. Then we need to know that username and password. So if we go to here, WordPress SQL, the flexible server. Now you can see this is a administrator username and password. Sorry, this is a username for MySQL DB admin account, database admin account. Now we don't know the password. So what you do is basically you go to the reset password. So now I'm going to put some password is called make sure the password is confirmed and match, then click save. So now you can see this is resetting the password for GGNCK, and this is the one. So now you have reset the password. So how do we connect it? So to connect it to that, you can use a third-party software, MySQL bench software, or I'm going to use the Cloud Shell. So in our portal, on the top right corner, you can see the Cloud Shell. So you might need to mount the storage account. Then once that is done, then it will connect to your Cloud Shell. Once the authentication is successful, then I'll get the banner. Then I press the CLS to clear that banner. Now we will connect to the SQL database. So MySQL small letters -h, which is a host server. The server name. This is a host server name. Then right click, paste as plain text. Then -u, which is a database username. Then copy. Then paste as this. Then -p, you can enter the password here, but I don't want to enter the password here in the plain text. So you press the enter key, then it will prompt you for the password. So I have reset the password, then enter that password. Sometimes it won't connect. Maybe you have to wait for 1 or 2 minutes, but in this case it's nothing to do with the delay. It's clearly showing as a message, only Azure AD accounts are allowed to connect to the server. So that means that we need to change the configuration of authentication. So either in the search bar, you can type authentication. And this user, whatever the user that we are using here, this is a local SQL account. Like a SQL, Microsoft SQL also, you have SQL logins. Similarly, So I'm going to choose this option, MySQL as well as Microsoft Entra ID authentication. So this is one setting that you need to change. Then wait for the changes to apply. So the change has been successfully applied. You can see. So now try to reconnect it. I'm just use upward arrow to in the Cloud Shell window. Sorry, my mouse is playing. I'm just going to. Yep. So now reconnect again. So MySQL, use the right side arrow key, then enter. So you got the MySQL prompt. So in case if you have any issues in your company, then that could be related to firewall settings, the networking settings. So settings, networking. So you may need to add this IP address into the firewall rule and allow public access from Azure instance within Azure to the server. So once this is done, now you have successfully connected to the MySQL prompt by using this username and password. But now you wanted to see how many databases are there. So the command is show databases, then semicolon. So previously you have seen exactly the same in the GUI, and this is a database name. So we're going to use this database name, Control C, copy. Then the command is use database, then the WordPress database name. Now you can see the database is changed. A database will have a tables. So that tables is like a show tables. So now you can see WordPress has some tables like WP links, WP comments, etc. So we are going to use this table. So this is where like the WordPress usernames and passwords are stored. So select ID, comma, user underscore login, user underscore pass from WP underscore users. So now you can see there is a one login ID which is called GAN, and this is a password, but this is a encrypted password. So how do I know that? So if you see $P means I think it's a PH pass, and $B is iterations. I think is 8196 iterations, and the next 6 characters are salted. So it's a basically, and then hash. So we can't you can use like CrackStation and some other websites to see if this is a known password, to do that, like to reverse the password, like to crack the password. But in this case, because we don't know what is that readable plain text password, then we need to update the password. Update table name WP underscore users, then set is a command. And what do you want to set? We're going to set the password, and I'm going to use the MD5 MD5. So then so here new password 123, then close. For which user? Where user underscore login equal to again, then enter. So now you can see rows matched equal to 1, change equal to 1. And if you rerun the command again, the select ID and password, now you can see this is not salted or not generated. It's not securely created, but it's an MD5 password. If it is there in the known database, this password is there in their known database, then third-party sites uh, will be able to crack this password. So as soon as you log into this, again, then new PASSWORD 123, then login. As soon as you log in, so go to new pass W0RT123. Make sure there are no trailing spaces and all, then login. So now you can see you have successfully reset the WP admin password. This is for the dashboard. The first one is for database, connecting to the database, and the second one is when you create a new users here, and everything is going to store in the WP_users. Now you can see if you rerun the command again, select ID and all. Now you can see this password is now encrypted. Then iterated, then the first 6 characters are salted. So WordPress is by default designed like that. So this is how you can reset the password. So once this is done, you have something called environment variables. So if you go to the app service, then if you see like the database username, so these are like initial values that are created during this. Okay, so this is like a absolute so not this one, connection string. If you go to connection string, then if you see WordPress admin password, so this is a password that I gave in the initial deployment, but this is not the user, but this won't update here. Okay, so this is only for initial purpose. So if you don't need this, if it is not used anywhere, just to delete this or create a new one with the same name, then update it here. So this is one thing that you need to aware of. So once you have come into the dashboard, so we're just going to create a one test page. So create add new page. So just I'm going to create something, add title. So once this is done, then publish it, and publish. Then you can see the view page. So if you go to here, now you can see the in the link. Now you can see welcome to WordPress. This is deployed in this app service. So this is a sample page that they have provided, and this is the one that we have just created. So this one you can change the title. So I don't like this name, so instead of this is a home page. Then save. Click this. So now you can see home page. So you can create like a contact us, then services that you provide. This all comes under your web development guy, where he can do it. So how easy is this? So previously to deploy this, then it is very pain in the back. We have to set up the domain, install the WordPress, and Microsoft. I think most of the things Microsoft does update automatically. They automatically when there is a new version is available, but they don't update, I think, plugins and some other various bits and bobs. Please go through their documentation, what is updated and what is not updated. So by default, like if you look at these plugins, and Microsoft has installed few plugins, but they don't update it. I think you have to manually update it. App service email, then smush. This is mainly to reduce image file size. Then this is a W3 total cache. So please go to the Microsoft documentation, then understand what are these, or ask your WordPress administrator, then you that. So as I mentioned earlier, and we got only one user, and if we create another user here, add new user, username is test user 1, then test user 1 at gmail.com, or what are the username, then set default, then add user as a subscriber or a contributor. Let's say, for example, I'm going to add, this is another guy, add user. So if we go back to the PowerShell, Cloud Shell, I don't know what happened to my mouse. Okay, so it went to this. So clear. Oopsie. I can see there is something wrong with my mouse. Close this because I need this database. So MySQL, because they said already there in the previously, then enter, then show databases, then use so and so database, then show tables, semicolon. So now select ID comma user underscore name, sorry, no, not name, user underscore login comma user underscore pass from WP underscore users table. Now you can see there's a test user 1, it is created, and this also, the password is also salted and securely saved. I hope you have learned something. Please subscribe to, if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching this video.